Hello all, welcome to TubeLight Media Global. In this video, I am going to show how to balance chemical equations. This is a quick and easy method that will work for any chemical equations. So now let's see the first equation that we are going to balance. The first one we have here is C3H8 plus O2 gives CO2 plus H2O. So now first let's divide it into LHS and RHS. Left hand side and right hand side. Then I am going to list down all the elements here on each side. So left hand side we have carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. RHS we have carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. So let's count the number of elements here. Carbon we have 3, hydrogen we have 8 and oxygen we have 2. So this side carbon we have 1, hydrogen we have 2 and oxygen we have 2 plus 1, 3. So now let's see how we are going to balance this. So LHS we have 3 carbon whereas RHS we have only 1 carbon. So in order to make this to 3, let's multiply this by 3. So now we have 3 carbon. Since we are multiplying this with 3, oxygen now becomes 6 plus 1. So oxygen becomes 7 now. Okay. So 3 carbon here and 3 carbon in right hand side. So that is equal. Now let's see hydrogen. Hydrogen we have 8 here, whereas right hand side we have only 2. So we need to make this to 8. So let's multiply this by 4. So now hydrogen becomes 8. Okay. So but oxygen here we have 6 and here now we have 4. So oxygen now becomes 10. Okay. So carbon and hydrogen, here we have 3 and 8 and here also we have 3 and 8. Now we have oxygen here, left hand side we have 2 and right hand side we have 10. So we need to make this 10. In order to make this to 10, now let's multiply this by 5. So now this becomes 10. So this equation is now solved. So balanced. So see, we have 3 carbon, 8 hydrogen and 10 oxygen here. Same here. 3 carbon, 8 hydrogen and 10 oxygen. Okay. Now we'll move on to the next equation. So we have here NaOH plus H2SO4 gives Na2SO4 plus H2O. Now like the previous equation, we'll have LHS, here RHS. Now let's list down the elements. We have here sodium, hydrogen, oxygen and sulfur. Same here, sodium, hydrogen, oxygen and sulfur. Let's count the number of elements. So sodium we have 1, hydrogen we have 1 here and 2 here, so 3. Oxygen we have 1 here and 4 here, so 5. And sulfur we have 1. Then in right hand side, sodium we have 2, hydrogen we have 2, oxygen we have 4 here and 1 here, so 5 and sulfur we have 1. So now let's see how we are going to balance this equation. So left hand side we have 1 sodium and right hand side we have 2 sodium. So we need to make this to 2. So let's multiply this by 2. So now we have 2 sodium. Okay. So since we have multiplied it by 2, now this changes. Oxygen and hydrogen will change. So we will have 2 hydrogen here and 2 hydrogen here. So total this comes to 4 hydrogen. And oxygen we have 2 here and 4 here. So it changes to 6. Okay, and this remains the same. So now left hand side we have 2 sodium and right hand side we have 2 sodium, which is equal. Now let's see hydrogen. So now hydrogen we have 4 here and 2 here. So we need to make this to 2. So what we are going to do now, we are going to multiply this by 2. So now we will have hydrogen 4. So this is equal, 4 hydrogen is equal now. But now oxygen will change here. So we have 4 oxygen here and now that becomes 2. So 4 plus 2, 6. So oxygen will change to 6. Now let's see whether all this is equal. Here sodium 2, hydrogen 4, oxygen 6 and sulfur 1. Let's check here. Sodium 2, hydrogen 4, oxygen 6 and sulfur 1. So we have balanced this chemical equation. Okay. So we are done with balancing chemical equations now. So hope this video was very helpful and please do subscribe to this channel for more videos. Thank you.